How to level up fast in pre-patch for Shadowlands? This is a question that's on everyone's mind these days. A lot of people are leveling alts in the pre-patch. So I had one alt remaining in the final stretch for the final expansion. So in the old system that alt was level 110. Yeah, so squish of the levels made that alt level 45. And I had to level that alt, well, to the top level of 50. And in this video, I will share my impressions and my recommendations on what I think you should be doing in order to speed up your leveling process and make it as enjoyable as possible. Stick around. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Gyro here. Particularly warm welcome to you if you're one of my new subscribers. Welcome to the little growing club. Appreciate your support and hope you like the content. So today we're talking about leveling, and I'd like to make one thing very clear. I am only discussing leveling that I experienced during the final stretch, so to speak. It is where my last final alt was stuck at the old pre-squish level 110. So I just didn't want to level in BFA. That's why the alt was sitting there, the monk was sitting there and waiting for these positive changes to roll out. And that's when I was going to level in some other expansion, which is exactly what happened. So we're talking about my experience of covering that final gap of the pre-squish 10 levels between 110 to 120. And in the new system, obviously, it is levels 45 to 50. As you've noticed, I've put up here the table of contents once again. So first things first, please use it. If you think I'm off on a tangent, which happens because these videos are very loosely scripted, that's what I think helps me speak my mind a bit more and connect with you better. But side effect is they're sometimes a little bit rambly, and sometimes I start talking about things you might not be very interested in. This is your short circuit. This is your very quick jump to the topic that you're interested in. So please use it. There are timestamps in the description of the video, expand it, and you can just click on them on those links, or you can just drag the cursor of the YouTube video and fast forward to wherever you want to be. I'll start with talking about, very quickly, don't worry about it, won't be too long, talking about the changes that Blizzard made to leveling process as I see them, right? This is not a full all-encompassing summary, but summary of the main things. Some of them are good and some of them are not so good. First of all, the level squish itself. So obviously the gaps between the levels have become smaller. Leveling between those levels particularly feels faster, a lot faster. I did not, as you can see, do the full number crunching. Guess why? Because it's not fun. Nobody cares. All that you care about is for me to tell you it feels better and it feels faster. Timewalking campaigns, obviously the choice that you have now of an expansion that you want to level in. That is the fantastic, tremendous, huge addition to the game that changes the whole feel of it. It is much also easier. I want to highlight the fact that now you get kind of automatically unlocked flying in some of the key expansions that used to need achievements before you could unlock the flying in those expansions. I'm talking about Warlords of Draenor specifically and Legion. That is a huge positive addition to the leveling process because you can just skip mobs. You can just fly over to the top, to the point that you need to get to. That saves you so much time, it's just ridiculous, right? Unfortunately, now we will talk about a few things that I don't think are very good. And first thing is the changes that they've done to heirlooms, heirloom gear. I obviously am an alcoholic with many years of experience in World of Warcraft. I have all heirlooms, all imaginable heirlooms. And the XP boost component that added up to 50 plus percent of XP received for questing and killing mobs, whatever, it's now gone. Instead of that, they've given us these, forgive me, pathetic set bonuses on heirlooms that are of zero value to me, for example, who just decided to blast through a few hours, a couple of hours, spoiler alert, that it only took me to get from the old 110 to the old 120, but in this 45 to 50, yeah, level gap. I didn't need any heirlooms. You know why? Because all it does right now is it helps you obtain and retain the rested bonus. But experience, the direct component that you would get all the time, is gone. And that's why, to me, heirlooms have tremendously devalued. Having said that, if you are leveling your alt from level 1 or from level 10, whatever, if you're rolling an allied race, then I'd say if you have heirlooms, use heirlooms. Well, because obviously any bonus is better than no bonus, right? That's why we also had massive boosts of experience offered to us by the Legion invasions. Legion invasions manifested themselves as a bunch of new world quests on the map, if you like, and each one of those was giving you tremendous amount of experience. Tremendous amount. When you were just early into Legion level bracket, you could get almost a whole level from one expansion, from one invasion event by doing all the quests there. There was like 6 of them or something. Now, first of all, during my leveling in this experiment, I did not experience a single invasion, which possibly was due to the fact that I leveled very fast. I blasted past it, so maybe I just didn't see one. But I've seen world quests. I've seen world quests scattered on the map, and I assume that if they've removed XP component from each one of the world quests, which they did, sadly, I don't know why they did it, but basically they didn't want us to have extra XP. Why? Why? Then hide world quests from me. Then don't show me world quests. Okay, I won't go on a tangent here, but this was frustrating. But basically, I don't think that the world quests that emerge during the invasion, during Legion invasion, would have an experience component either. But I didn't experience it myself. Tell me in the comments down below if you have, and if I'm wrong, if they actually give you some experience, because that would be still worth it, worth your while then. To me, I didn't see one, and I didn't think that they would be useful. Yeah. Finally, second expansion that I will be talking about today in the sections further in this mini guide is Warlords of Draenor. Warlords of Draenor had always a tremendous benefit and compared to other expansions if you chose to level in Warlords of Draenor. It is how many treasures were scattered across the maps in pretty much every Warlords of Draenor zone. You used to pick up one particular thing somewhere, yeah, that you found, a chest with something in it, and you used to get experience equal to a quest, to completing a quest. Pick up one chest, it's like a completion of a quest. And with a flying mount, and with an add-on such as Draenor Treasures, handy notes Draenor Treasures that you could get from Curseforge, you could literally just take a look at the map, which was littered with these treasures. Take a look at my videos about Warlords of Draenor, it was fantastic, yeah, to experience while it worked. You could just fly from one to another, and it was an equivalent of completing quests, except you didn't have to. It was wonderful, it was a wonderful boost to experience. Now it's dead. They decided to take away. Fun detected, fun removed. Unfortunately, Blizzard giveth, Blizzard taketh back. Now 10 priority points for you to speed up your leveling if you want to level like I did. First of all, a quick summary is that for me, the leveling during that final stretch, 45 to 50, yeah, final stretch, final expansion, it took about 2 hours. About 2 hours by my standards, by a person who leveled a lot of alts during that particular gap. I'm not even saying from 0 to hero, I'm saying final expansion. 2 hours is crazy fast. Crazy fast. And here is how I did it. Point number 0. Not gonna label it. I'm not gonna give it a number. I'm gonna say it's a precondition that I recommend that you take a look at, and I recommend that you try and do that. Try and level an alt that has been resting, that has full rested bonus. Yes, we talked about heirlooms that give you all these extra things that help you retain your rested bonuses. During that final stretch, you don't need to retain anything. It will be enough. But playing an alt that had rested bonus, whose experience bar is light blue as opposed to purple, would be of great benefit to you because you're basically getting double XP for everything, right? So try and get that alt. Mine fortunately did. Mine fortunately had that rested bonus, so I benefited from it, yeah? Now, point number 1. Official point number 1. Please turn on your PvP flag. So opt into PvP. You need to do it. I never did it before, that's why I'm making such a deal out of it. I never did it before. I am not a PvPer, I don't want people ganking me. I don't want to gank people. I think it's a waste of time, and I think honestly, while it's a big part of the game, and I try not to judge people who find some sort of fun in it, some sort of blood-boiling fun in it, for me, it's a distraction, and people usually are rather disgraceful when they do that. So I kind of want to be left alone. That's why I never do that. In this particular case, my friends, I have to say, do it. Because they boosted the amount of bonus experience that, you know, the PvP flag gives to you from whatever it was, 10-15%, something like 10-15%. Correct me in the description down in the comments down below. Now it's 25%, guys. It's crazy. It's a quarter of whatever it is. It's a quarter of a saving. 25%, absolutely worth it. And also kind of just sharing my experience purely. Maybe I was lucky, maybe whatever. I wasn't ganked. Point number 2. You need to pick an expansion that you've done the least. The most important thing for you, my friend, I will get to it, is that we will prioritize bonus objectives. We will prioritize bonus objectives to level fast. And if you've gone through all of Warlords of Draenor before, yeah, leveling your alt to a certain point, and now you've picked up this alt, and you went back to Warlords of Draenor, for example, right? Don't expect that the Timewalking campaign simply reset everything. It didn't. That is the main insight that this guide can give you. It didn't. It simply picked up the world of Warlords of Draenor or of Legion in the state that you left it in, after you've done however much or however little in it. That is what is important to understand. So if you've played in the expansion the least, or you basically completely skipped Cataclysm, for example, well, you should consider to go somewhere where you still have unfinished quests as many as possible. And the more chained they are, for example, opening quests for Warlords of Draenor, the ones that give massive amounts of experience as you just work your way up to unlocking your garrison. They are very densely packed quests. It's a quest chain. First of all, it's a good one. And second of all, it gives you massive amount of experience that you will not need to travel the world for. You need to prioritize that. You absolutely need to. Point number 3, I suggest picking an expansion with Bodyguard, the one that enables you to run around the world with a Bodyguard, which once again basically brings us back to the choice of Warlords of Draenor or Legion. Pick either. Pick one of them. Because, especially as a non-OP class, if you're not playing, I don't know, a BM Hunter or a Demon Hunter or something else that you think is completely OP and plows through enemies anyway, then a Bodyguard helps quite a lot. So you need to prioritize an expansion with that. That's why I would not go for Wrath of the Lich King. That's why I would not go for Burning Crusade, okay? It's not because I hate the expansions, it's because they're inefficient. Do the introductory quests into the expansion that you've picked first, obviously. So for example, establishing your garrison or class order hall, because that is exactly what will unlock the Bodyguard, unlock everything else for the expansion. It's completely unavoidable, and as I just said, it also has a chain of those quests that are linked very closely together, and they give you a lot of experience in a relatively short period of time. In my example of this experience kind of that I'm sharing with you guys today, I did not have to do any of that. I already had everything unlocked, and I both missed out on the need to, or missed out on those chained, very closely chained unlock quests, yeah, that would have given me a lot of experience. My map actually looked very scarce for the quests available to me there in the expansions, in both Warlords of Draenor and in Legion, but at the same time, I also saved on the time that I was not locked down into unlocking or creating garrison or unlocking of my class order hall. I could straight away jump to the further target. So it depends on what stage your alt is actually at. Now, you need to often in Legion and in Warlords of Draenor, what happens is it's not like you look at the map and you straight away see bonus objectives. And bonus objectives, like I already spoiled to you, are going to be our primary priority of what will give us experience, where we'll quest. Where would we quest? So what you want, the perfect double whammy, is when you were able to do a couple of introductory zone quests, the ones that unlock bonus objectives in the area. For example, in Warlords of Draenor, you go to Gogrond, and you don't have the world quests, you don't have the bonus objectives unlocked everywhere straight away. You first need to do a couple of quests, introductory quests, unlock the zone, kind of open up the map, so to speak, and then the bonus objectives appear. That's what I'm talking about. So your perfect double whammy is to make sure that you have as many quests from your little kind of outpost in the zone, say Warlords of Draenor, and then go into the area where you do the quests, as well as fulfill the needs, fulfill the criteria of the bonus objective. So naturally you want to overlap as much experience as you can. Do a quest for experience and do the background thing that will give you a chunk. And this chunk at the moment, kind of within that level range of 45 to 50, has been, from what I've seen, in the ballpark of 12 to 13,000 experience. That's how much bonus objectives were giving me, and that was very much worth my while. Now, as soon as you run out of bonus objectives, right? So you did bare minimum of quests necessary to unlock bonus objective, then you do the objective. Then you go to another area, you do bare minimum of quests, unlock bonus objective, do bonus objective. That's how you will level, my friend. And as soon as you run out of those bonus objectives, you move to another zone completely. Say for Legion, if you've done High Mountain, you go to Stormheim. If you've done Stormheim, you go to Val'sharah. Once you ran out of bonus objectives completely across all the areas, these are your main meaty sources of experience, of potentially obtainable experience. Once you run out of those, you go back to Stormwind. You don't even think twice. You go back to Stormwind, you go back to Chromie, who sits there under a tree right next to the embassy, and you switch the expansion. You switch the expansion to the next one that you have not done much of. For me, because I've done a lot in every expansion, I had to start in Legion. That was just a choice, and I, to be honest with you, was actually quite disappointed with my choice at first, because I saw how barren my landscape was, how few quests I have not done yet, and how few bonus objectives were actually even remaining for me to capitalize on. But for you it might be different. For you it might be much richer, and for you, if you haven't done much, say in Legion, maybe for your alt you would actually do everything just in Legion. Legion would give you enough experience to level in that final gap that we're discussing, 45 to 50. In my particular case, I'm telling you, as soon as you run out of bonus objectives, you go to Chromie and you switch an expansion. She allows you to switch expansion. Beautiful, beautiful design choice by Blizzard, fantastic. And I went to Warlords of Draenor and done the same thing. Warlords of Draenor was also fairly barren for me because I've done enough there, but there were still quite a few areas in Gogron specifically that I have not done bonus objectives for, and chained, very closely linked, say Tangleheart quests that I was able to do, and they gave me a fantastic huge chunk of experience that I was very happy about. Now, as soon as you ding level 50, which for me was in about 2 hours, this is how fast it was. Don't forget the PvP bonus, PvP bonus of 25%. As soon as you ding 50, you see once again a little pre-scripted dialogue with Chromie. Well, not a dialogue really, she just tells you that, hey, thanks very much for helping out, your main timeline still needs help, so see you there, bye bye, and gives you a timer of a minute, and in a minute she just teleports you out. I think the whole system sits very nicely together. I think it is very, very good. One final thing I can tell you before I let you go, and it kind of came through some of you guys providing feedback, which I really, really value, and I value these questions. So someone highlighted to me that they didn't know how to progress with Najata campaign, for example. You didn't know how to. And I had to speculate and think, why? Why is it not obvious to you? Because to me, it's kind of just one quest leads to another. But it is because I've spent so much time in BFA, and even this alt, the one that I just leveled, even they scratched the surface at the very least of BFA. Before Timewalking campaigns came about, on this alt, I already must have unlocked Zandala campaign, war campaign, and I must have unlocked Kultiras campaign. I was already in Baralas when the Timewalking campaigns, when the pre-patch hit. You know what I'm saying? So I was already on the right track. However, if you've never been in BFA zone, never, ever, ever, and all you've done was that Timewalking campaign from 0 to hero, you've leveled, say, in Legion, wherever. But if you've never really been on Zandala, if you've never been in Kultiras, then naturally you will not get that quest that will take you further on the journey of Najata and then Black Empire campaign. And that's where our main gearing is happening right now in the pre-patch. By the way, if you haven't seen that video, most welcome to watch that. So make sure that if you've leveled in another expansion other than BFA, then the first order of business when you hit end game, when you hit level 50, is to unlock, is to go to Kultiras with Jaina, or, you know, do whatever Nathanas and Sylvanas want you to do to unlock Zandala, the continent of Zandala. You want to unlock those in order for the end game of BFA, the things that are going to preoccupy you for now as far as gearing of your alts is concerned, for that stuff to kick in. Does that make sense? Wonderful. If it doesn't, talk to me in the comments down below. I'll clarify this, but hopefully it did. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Leveling changes are fantastic. I do think that if Blizzard left the XP component on the world quests, in Legion for example, then it would have been even better. But even without it, leveling is super fast. 2 hours, couple of hours it took me in the final stretch. Hopefully it will take you about the same and you will enjoy it as much as I did. If you enjoyed this video and you are not subscribed so far yet, maybe this is your cup of tea. I welcome you to our little club of casual people, very friendly as well. So please consider subscribing, consider supporting the growth of the channel, and like the video as well. YouTube likes that kind of stuff. Thanks very much. I'll be speaking with you next time. Videos are being released twice a week at least. So see you later. Bye.